Jones. I know that previously we've been meeting about making sure that we have appropriate vocabulary to put on Connor's AAC system. Today I would like to just elaborate on that a little further by making sure that we have vocabulary coverage for all the 5 parts of conversation. Although we might not think about this, it might just come naturally to us, conversations actually do follow a pretty structured and predictable structure. So they're going to encompass 5 parts, and the first one of those is going to be a greeting. The second part is going to be small talk. The third part is going to be information sharing. The fourth part will be a wrap-up, and the fifth part will be the final farewell. So the first part of that is going to be the greeting, as I said. And these can be a word or phrase that just signals to your conversational partner that you would like to be friendly and engage in conversation with them. You're acknowledging them and saying something such as hi or hello. And those that I mentioned, hi, hello, those are pretty generic conversation openers or greetings. And so you may have more specific ones, like to Connor's best friend Brandon, he may want to say, hey, Brandon. They also vary in the degree of formality that we will use. So depending on your conversational partner, you may want to address your peer differently than you'd address your teacher, perhaps. So for Connor, his best friend Brandon, he might want to say, hey, M-Dog, to him, because I know that's their name for each other. Or if they wanted to address a teacher, he might want to say, hello, Mrs. Anderson, a more formal type of greeting. So for the second part of conversation, we're going to have small talk. And this is just a segue sometimes into a deeper conversation. And sometimes the conversation terminates here. Like this is the only thing that's talked about is small talk. It's pretty important to remember to include in Connor's AAC system because it has been shown in research that frequently individuals with autism omit this small talk portion. And that's a pretty big deal because research has shown that for young adults, up to 39% of their conversation is small talk. So omitting that puts a huge hole in the conversation. And as I said, these are things that just transition into the next part of conversation, but they could just be like, what's up? Or how's your mom? Depending on how much shared knowledge the two individuals have of each other or each other's lives. So the third part of conversation is going to be information sharing. And so for information sharing, it actually takes 3 different forms. It could be storytelling or procedural descriptions or context-specific conversation. So for storytelling, you might have a first person narrative, and that could be something like the first time Connor ever got to ride on a boat. You might want to have a story to tell about that. Or the second part, for a procedural description, you might want to give directions for how to make a goal in soccer, or how to directions for how to get to your house. For the third part of this information sharing, we really want to give Connor a lot of options for vocabulary because this can be it's very highly unpredictable because we're talking about the here and now of what's happening. We would start a conversation about the here and now. We don't know fully what that's going to be for him. So we want to give him a lot of options to choose from as far as vocabulary. So this brings us to the fourth part of conversation, which is a wrap-up. And this is just a signal to your partner that you would like to end the conversation. So this could be something like, hey, I gotta go. For Connor, it might be, hey, I gotta go to class. You're just signaling the intent to terminate the conversation. So then the final part of your conversation will be your farewell. And these are pretty specific words like bye, see you later. For Connor, you might want to use something informal with his peers like peace. So just want to make sure that Connor has all these areas covered so that his conversational partners have a positive experience interacting with him and would like to interact further.
Okay.
That's all I have for you today.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.